The rainy season coming soon in the ghetto. All the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them. The children have no shelter, oh, the children have no education. The children have no one to call their friend. The children have no food to eat. We got major headlines, oh, we got major stories. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines, we got major stories. There is no job, no money for hustlers. How many people do you love, man? How many people do you cherish? How many
Major.
do you help out there? Most especially women. No job, no money. No cause, no glory. No help for poor men.
Good morning to you.
How many people do you love?
Good morning.
How many people do you cherish?
Good
Who
afternoon.
do you help out there?
Good evening.
Especially poor men. No job,
It's Tuesday in the nation's capital, Monrovia.
no help for poor men.
It's time for the program from the pre-news.
We got major headlines.
And this is the song that introduces and closes the program.
No money.
As a matter of fact, this is our new theme song.
Major headlines. We got major.
Major headlines.
There is no job, no money for us.
This is Picado.
You don't know stories? You've been rapping stories for rap for ages. Keep rapping stories about people.
Hope you're getting ready
We got a lot of people in the
to
ghetto,
listen to the major headlines,
people in the street.
because we're about to bring you those trending stories.
We got people that suffer. We got blind people. I mean, people that in need, man. People too much in need. Come on, yeah. How many people do you love, man? How many people do you cherish? How many people?
So, folks, stay tuned as we welcome our sponsors.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors. Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, so we're in
Excuse me, Mr. Journalist. I wonder how you make your headlines in the press with this day. Although read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, is it based on money? Is it based on presidency? Is it based on technology? Is it based on war? Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major stories.
We got major headlines, we got major stories to bring you, and so we're about to run you through them. But before we do that, we just want to encourage all of you who are watching us to please drop a comment in our comment section. It's very much important for you to do that so that you can be recognized. So wherever you are and watching us on this Tuesday edition of the Pre-News, you can drop in your comments on our comment section. All right, folks, today is another beautiful day in the country, and I'm quite sure you are enjoying the start of the day. But before we move on to bring you those trending stories, we want to use this time to recognize, I'm telling you folks, let's remember a good friend and a big brother, Mr. Steve Nyanti. Mr. Steve Nyanti celebrates his natality today, and want to wish you well on this occasion of your natality. Mr. Steve Nyanti, he is the husband of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sarah Beslo Nyanti. Her darling husband, Mr. Steve Nyanti, celebrates his birthday today. And I want to wish you all the best, big brother, as you celebrate your natal day today, Mr. Steve Nyanti. Take it from all your good friends, Mr. Garton George, Mr. Joseph Dotu, aka the greatest Kojo. You can also take it from Thomas Chie Koche, also from me here, Wendell. I mean, all of us say happy birthday to you, Mr. Steve Nyanti. All right, folks. So those of you who are watching, don't forget to drop a comment in our comment section. We are also awaiting our LIB partners. So in our studio this morning, we have two local dailies, the Front Africa and the Inquirer newspaper. So we will begin with the Front Page Africa newspaper and the top stories. It says here, strategic partnership. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi invites his Liberian counterpart, Beslo Nyanti, to China. And another story here says, weaponizing anti-corruption fight, soup now. Revolutionary resistance over tuition hike. Slams alleged political vision of former Minister Twe. And then lastly, this gender news, from struggle to strength, women in Wapulu celebrate life-changing impact of Liberia Women's Empowerment Project. Those are the top stories. Let's run you to the bottom stories. And it says here, Supreme Court stay on capital as on trial remains pending months after Kofa's petition. Justice in limbo is a question mark to this caption. Weeks after the petition was filed and the stay order granted, the court has yet to issue a public ruling or announce a hearing date, deepening uncertainty in a case that has already captured national attention. Legal observers say the delay reflects the complexity and sensitivity of the issue involved, particularly these concerning constitutional protections, and judicial procedures in an increasingly charged political climate. Let's take a few lines from that story. Let's take a few lines from there. And folks, this morning we received a shocking news about one of our followers who has passed. Rose Baker, she was known as the Super Cop. All right. So we got the call this morning that, hey, one of your followers has fallen. So to the family of Ma Rose Baker, we say take solace as you go through this time of bereavement. All right, so let's get to that story. Very interesting for us to share with you on this edition of the show. And I'm trying to make my way there. It says, Liberia's already explosive Capitol building arson case took another dramatic turn Monday after the Supreme Court ordered an immediate halt to the proceedings in Criminal Code A, throwing one of the country's most politically charged criminal trials into fresh uncertainty. Continuation of the story says, at the center of the legal and political storm is former House Speaker John Nathan Fonati Kofa, who, along with several co-defendants, is facing serious criminal charges linked to the December 2024 fire that ravaged portions of the Capitol building, the symbolic heart of Liberia's democracy. The stay order issued by Associate Justice Yusuf D. Kaba follows an emergency petition filed by defense lawyers accusing the trial court of violating due process during juror selection. The ruling immediately suspends all proceedings in Criminal Code A pending the Supreme Court's determination, effectively placing the nationally watched prosecution on pause at a critical stage. For months, the case has gripped the country, merging criminal allegations with bitter political divisions born out of the prolonged leadership crisis that fractured the House of Representatives. Now, the Supreme Court's intervention threatens to deepen tensions surrounding a prosecution that many Liberians see not only as a legal battle, but also a test of the country's fragile democratic institutions. A courtroom battle turns constitutional. Defense lawyers representing Kofa and the other accused argue that the integrity of the trial itself has been compromised. According to the defense petition, the trial judge allegedly committed procedural violations during the jury selection process, accusations that lawyers say undermine the constitutional guarantee of a fair and impartial trial. The defense is asking the Supreme Court to review whether the lower court exceeded its authority and whether the proceedings should continue under the current circumstances. Government prosecutors, however, insist that the matter remains strictly criminal. State lawyers argue that the prosecution has adhered to lawful procedures and maintain that the delays risk obstructing justice in a case involving the destruction of a major national institution. Behind the legal arguments lies a broader national question: whether Liberia's justice system can fairly navigate a case sitting at the dangerous intersection of law, politics, and public emotion. The fire that shook the Capitol building blazed in December 2024, sent shockwaves across Liberia, Images of smoke rising from sections of the legislature spread rapidly across social media and news platforms, fueling public outrage and intensifying fears over political instability inside the country's highest democratic institutions. The fire occurred during one of the most turbulent periods in the recent history of the House of Representatives, where bitter divisions over leadership have paralyzed legislative activities for months. At the center of that political deadlock was then Speaker Kofa, whose hold on the speakership faced mounting resistance from rival lawmakers seeking his removal. The conflict escalated into competing legislative sessions, accusations of constitutional violations, and growing tensions between opposing blocs inside the Capitol. When the fire flew through parts of the building, investigators quickly began probing whether the incident was accidental or politically motivated. Authorities later announced that the fire was being treated as a criminal act and subsequently filed charges, including arson, criminal conspiracy, and criminal facilitation against Kofa and several others allegedly connected to the incident. The charges torn the political establishment. Never in recent Liberian history had a former speaker faced allegations tied to the destruction of the legislature itself. Politics, power, and public perception. Since the indictment, the case has sharply divided public opinion. Supporters of the prosecution say the government must demonstrate that no public official is above the law, especially in the case involving alleged attacks on state institutions. Others, however, believe the prosecution carries the appearance of political retaliation rooted in the bitter power struggle that consumed the House during the leadership crisis. The courtroom battle has therefore evolved far beyond the question of whether a fire was intentionally set. It has become a broader contest over judicial independence, prosecutorial power, and the limits of political conflict in Liberia's post-war democracy. Legal analysts say the Supreme Court's eventual ruling could have implications extending well beyond the current trial. If the High Court finds merit in the defense challenge, it could force portions of the proceedings to restart or reshape how high-profile criminal trials are conducted in politically sensitive cases. If the petition is denied, prosecutors would likely move swiftly to resume the trial and press ahead with one of the most consequential criminal prosecutions in recent years. Nations wait for Supreme Court decision for now. The proceeding remain frozen. Inside Liberia's legal and political cycles, attention has shifted from criminal court aid to the Supreme Court chambers, where the next decision could determine the trajectory of a case already destined to become one of the defining legal battles of the Bouaka era. Well, folks, we'll stop you right there. You can grab a copy of that's the front page Africa newspaper. Let's take our final story here on the front page Africa newspaper. And it says here, mixed opinions concern mounts as Howe fails to notify NEC over vacant seat following Rep. Koluba's controversial expulsion. Yeke expulsion dilemma. The refusal of the House of Representatives to declare Honorable Yeke Koluba's seat vacant within 30 days after they claim to have expelled him is a clear indication that the action was illegal. It has not been announced that the National Elections Commission has been informed of a vacancy. To me, it is a sign of defeat, and Yeke remains a lawmaker. Who is saying this? Mohammed Bari, resident of District Number 10, Montserrat County. And this is what a Liberian lawyer has to say, Councillor Samuel Falar. He says here the Constitution says within 30 days, but legally today is the 18th. There have been holidays, and since the House is on break, it should not be much of a legal violation. Moreover, the Constitution did not take into consideration the issue of breaks where all the lawmakers are now in their various constituents. Councillor Samuel Fala, a Liberian lawyer. We have to take a few lines from there, folks. Let's run you to a few lines. Let's take a few lines from that story. It's very important. And so we'd like to share a few excerpts with you. More than 30 days after the controversial expulsion of former Montserrat County District Number 10 Representative Yeke Koluba, the House of Representatives has yet to formally notify the National Elections Commission, NEC, of a vacancy, sparking growing legal and political debate over whether the legislature has violated the Constitution. The House voted to expel Koluba on April 17, 2026, after securing the constitutionally required 49 votes to remove a sitting lawmaker. The decision followed allegations of gross breach of duty, misconduct in office, and violation of oath stemming from complaints filed by Montserrat County District Number 3 Representative Somo Moba and Liberia National Police Inspector General Gregory O.D. Coleman. However, the expulsion immediately became mixed in controversy after the House proceeded with the vote despite a court prohibition ordering lawmakers to halt any action against Koluba pending judicial review. While the court maintains that the House was served with the stay order, the Deputy Chief of Clerk of the House of the House reportedly argued that no such notice was received before lawmakers proceeded with the expulsion process. Constitutional questions. The House's failure to notify the NEC within 30 days, as required under Article 37 of the 1986 Constitution, has now become the latest source of contention. Article 37 provides that whenever a vacancy occurs in the legislature due to death, resignation, expulsion, or otherwise, the presiding officer must notify the NEC within 30 days so that a by-election can be organized within 90 days. Critics argue that the constitutional language is clear and does not provide exceptions for legislative breaks or holidays. The refusal of the House of Representatives to declare Honorable Yeke Koluba's seat vacant within 30 days after they claim to have expelled him is a clear indication that their action was illegal, elected Mohammed Bari, a resident of District Number 10. It has not been announced that the National Elections Commission has been informed of a vacancy. To me, it is a sign of defeat, and Yeke remains a lawmaker. Another constituent, Isaac Munger, said the House continues to violate the same constitution. The same constitution it accused Koloba of breaching. The House decided to expel Honorable Yeke Koloba illegally. They ignored his right to due process. Munger said, there is no reason the Speaker has failed to notify NEC if they truly believe he has been expelled. NEC yet to receive notice. Speaking to Front Page Africa, NEC Director of Communications, Titus Tukpa, said, to the best of his knowledge, the Elections Commission has not received any formal communication from the House declaring a vacancy. The House of Representatives has not informed NC about any vacancy, not to my knowledge, Tupa said. House officials tight-lipped efforts to obtain clarity from House leadership yielded little response. Speaker Richard Namwekon, media advisor V. Vesely Sumo, said he was unaware of whether NEC had been notified, noting that official communication are handled through the Office of the Chief Clerk and the Press Bureau. Well, let's leave it right there. Let's leave it right there and jump to more stories. Folks, this is the program from the Print News on Freedom FM 87.9, and this program is brought to you by Crime Stopper Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store, and Mahuba and Sons. That does it for the Front Page Africa newspaper. Let's take our final paper here this morning, the Inquirer newspaper, and see two many interesting stories, beginning with this one. US 160 million RIA road project under fire. GSC audit exposes payment irregularities and governance failures. A sweeping compliance audit by the General Auditing Commission has uncovered serious financial discrepancies, contract violations, construction deficits, and governance failures surrounding the controversy Roberts International Airport road project. The RIA road project is a major national infrastructure connecting the capital to the country's only referral airport, undertaking now value at approximately US 116 million. The audit covering the appeal. The BB money, I swear, sometimes when you get it, you don't want to get it. 116 million. The audit covering the period from April 2021 to April 2025 painted a troubling picture of how the project was managed under former President George Weah's administration and explained why construction was suspended pending a full investigation into the handling of public funds. According to the GSC report, the government disbursed more than 1.15 million to East International Incorporated, the contractor executing the project, without evidence of continuation of that story. Is on page 10. I'm taking a break now to draft you to page 10 to bring you the continuation. Okay, so let's make our way to page 10. I'm driving there slowly. I'm taking my time to drive to page 10 so I wouldn't pass. So let's see where we are. Yes, continuation. It says, where did I stop? It says the project without evidence of completion certificates required under the terms of the contract. Auditors also discovered a payment variance of US 577.808 between figures reported by the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Public Works, and the contractor itself. The audit further revealed that the project failed to meet its original completion deadline, forcing authorities to extend the completion period from April 2024 to April 2027, thus intensifying public concerns over accountability and transparency in one of Liberia's most expensive road projects. In addition to the delays, auditors identified several structural and engineering problems along the corridor, including damaged asphalt sections, pavement settlement, erosion around culverts, and reinforced concrete pipes, as well as poor maintenance in several areas. Even more alarming, the GSC reported that the road safety infrastructure valued at more than US 2.2 million had not been installed, despite claims that over 91% of the civil works had already been completed. The missing infrastructure reportedly includes traffic signs, guardrails, street lights, and safety markers considered critical for commuter protection and highway safety. But let's take most tourists. Here on the front page. It says free but costly GSE audit exposes deep cracks in government's tuition-free university policy. And most tourists, the cover, it says on potential outbreaks in the region, Nya urges government against political interference. A renowned Liberian scientist, Dube Chris Nya, has warned the government that Liberia's preparedness against any potential outbreak will only succeed if science is allowed to operate free from political interference. The former Director General of the National Public Health Institute of Liberia, however, assure Liberians that there is currently no confirmed Ebola case in the country, urging citizens and residents to be calm and vigilant. Reading to growing public concerns following the recent continuation of that story is on page 10. Let's run there quickly. It says here, following the Ebola outbreak declared in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda, Dr. Yan urged citizens to remain calm while maintaining vigilance. This Ebola again, Liberia is prepared for Ebola if there is no political interference, Dr. Yan declared, while addressing widespread fears triggered by reports from the African Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Africa CDC, and the World Health Organization, WHO. It stressed repeatedly that to this date, there is no Ebola detected in Liberia, but cautioned that the country cannot afford complacency given the painful memories of the 2014 Ebola epidemic that devastated Liberia and claimed thousands of lives. International concern has intensified after health authorities confirmed a fresh Ebola outbreak in eastern DR Congo at Tunin province. According to Africa CDC and WHO reports, at least 65 people have died, while more than 240 suspected cases have been reported or recorded. Health officials said the outbreaks involves the Ray Bombagio strain in Ebola, for which there is currently no licensed vaccine, raising fears of wider regional transmission if aggressive containment measures are not sustained. Though Liberia remains geographically distant from the affected countries, Dr. Yang warned that the cross border movement and international travel make transitional transmission possible. While we may be miles away from DR Congo and Uganda, there is a possibility of a trans country transmission due to movement of people between our countries, whether directly or through transit, he cautioned. Dr. Yan then praised Liberia's public health professionals and institutions, particularly the NPHRL, for building one of the continent's strongest outbreak response systems since the Ebola crisis, COVID-19 pandemic, and the Mpox emergency. All right, so let's move you to more stories. Telling you plenty stories. That's our final story on the front page. Let's take you to the back page. The back page. Africa must lead its own future. Illumilu tells global investors. We see Hairs Holding founder and group chair Tony Elumelu has delivered a strong message to global leaders and investors at the 2026 Africa Forward Summit, convened by Kenyan President William Ruto and French President Emmanuel Macron. And lastly, for the back page of the Inquirer newspaper, CBL joins Elite Climate Finance Network. And let's just run you a few lines. The Central Bank of Liberia has secured a major international breakthrough after being admitted as a plenary member of the prestigious Network for Greening the Financial System. This latest decision is expected to strengthen Liberia's climate-responsive financial policies and accelerate sustainable economic development. The landmark decision, unanimously approved by NGFS members on April 10, 2026, places Liberia among a growing coalition of central banks and financial regulators worldwide committed to confronting climate-related financial risks while promoting environmentally sustainable growth. Well, folks, that's all we can take this morning from the dailies. Let's come back and bring you our talking points, something I want us to talk about this morning. So let's take our break. Let's get word from our sponsor. When we come back, we'll bring you more developments here on the program from the Premiers on Freedom 87.9. So we're going for our break now. And then, like I said, when we come back, we have something to talk about. So let me take a break from this end. Where is the song? Where is the song? Where is the song? Where is it? Where is this song for our break? But let's see whether we can. Okay, I'm set now. So let's take our break.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we have seen in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Science.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
He said, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so going to 20 pop, put it to Ichiki.
Thank you very much, folks. We just heard from our sponsors, Crime Stopper Liberia and Exeter's Best Price Tour. Okay, so we refer to the Exeter's Best Price Tour as small money and plenty goose. All right, when you take small money into Exeter's Best Price Tour, the goose that you're going to get is going to be more than the money that you take there, because you know why? The prices there are affordable and very reasonable. So I'm encouraging you, a lot of you, those of you who are selling alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, local and international ones, well, you can make a stop at Exeter's Best Price Store. They have 2 branches. One is on the Old Road, Smart Road Junction, and the head branch is on Gurley Street, where our man Suleiman Tunis used to live. As a matter of fact, Exeter's Best Price Store is also the owner and operator of Exeter's Entertainment Center. But folks, we've been joined by our weather report man, so we're about to run you through the weather report for the rest of the days. And then when we come back, we got this talking point set for you. So Tunis, good morning from Liberia and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Mama Liberia. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Before we give you the weather report, we want to tell you that we are in the holy days, the Islamic month. This month, yesterday was the first of the Islamic last month of the year, but the first 10 days of this month is a very, very important days in the Islamic calendar. So there are many people around the world fasting for the first 10 days of this month. Is the most important days in our Islamic calendar. So it's a holidays for us, you know, the last 10 days. This is our last month. This is a month the pilgrimage take place. I think Liberians are already left. I overheard that there were almost 1,000 people left Liberia. The first time in history we have that number up to 1,000. It used to, most of the time, it used to be below 1,000. So this is, as a Muslim on Freedom FM, I just want to put this in. We'll talk about it tonight on our nighttime spin. But as it says right now, let me give you the weather report. As we stand, there's a lot of sun this morning. Today in Monrovia, the sun is very, very heavy. That's what I'm saying here. Okay. Weather is even, the temperature is about 89, but feels like 100. That's how hot it is in Liberia right now. It's very, very hot. Okay. People are very tormented right now with the heat. The rain expectation is about 20 So it's not too much rain in today's weather, today report. The wind is not blowing at all. It's 5 miles per hour. Humidity is 74 average. It's 80 and it will go up to 95. That's today weather. Tomorrow, tomorrow will start with sunshine, but you will experience a lot of rain tomorrow. Today you experience a lot of sun. If it rain, hey, so be it, but not the rain is 20%. So it may not even rain. Today it may not even rain because it says part sunny. But tomorrow, be ready for the rain. The day will start with you. Probably a little bit of rain will be in the morning, then it will stop. It give you a little breathing space. Before you could look, the rain that will come, you yourself will say, oh my God, I should have known. Because let me tell you, starting from 2 o'clock tomorrow is 40%, and it will go to 3 o'clock 60%, and 4 o'clock 70%. Then it will start coming down again. So definitely it's going to be raining tomorrow. Yeah, beware. If you coming out, you got an umbrella, you can put it, squeeze it in your handbag, do it. If you have a raincoat, do it. Do not overdress yourself tomorrow, especially if you are working outdoor or somewhere that no air condition. But it's going to be a raining day for you. Wednesday, remember Wednesday. Today you got a lot of sun and a lot of heat. Well, with all that rain tomorrow, the heat is still there, 83%. Okay, 83, and it will go up to 90 something. Thursday, the day will start with sunshine. The sun will be shining. But Thursday is the same as Wednesday. I think I said it yesterday. I said Wednesday and Thursday the same. Tomorrow, Thursday is a rainy day for you guys again. So definitely Wednesday and Thursday, you expect heavy rain. Heavy, not even small rain. Heavy. Okay, it's not light rain, and thunderstorm will be behind it too. Not only rain, but the thunderstorm will be there. So our brothers and sisters who can take people chicken around, don't come outside tomorrow expected low, because I think okay, that's your weather report coming from me here from Staten Island, New York, with Freedom FM 87.9. And we say good morning to every one of you. Like I said before, this 10 days is a holiday for us, even though we're all supposed to be fasting. These are the best days in Islamic calendar. The best days, not the night, or the best days, because the best nights are in the fast month. The best days, okay? So the Muslims, this is the last day now that they call Ibrahima Day. When that will be on the 27th of this month, will be the last day. I mean, the day we pray, Ibrahima Day. So you'll be prepared for that meet. Thank you again. Let me send control back to my brother Wendell. We just give you the tip because I'm the Muslim on the show here. So when these days come up, I'd like to put the ends for us to know how important they are. Thank you again. Back to you, my brother.
Thank you, there, Solomon Tunes. Thank you for running us through the weather report. It's very important. We read the report yesterday, and we saw the rain that fell yesterday. So today, well, you stand a better chance from what the weather reported. But tomorrow, well, let's see what's going to happen. So I want to say always a big thank you to Solomon Tunis. And those of you who are Muslims, you heard from him the calendar of events for the next 10 days as you get prepped up for Ibrahima Day. So all you need to do as a Muslim, please do it. And, so that your blessing can be plenty. But that was it from our men. Keep following us during our subsequent broadcast where we have you posted with all of the itinerary for the 10 days. Tunis is always here with us, and so he's going to fill you in with more information relative to, this last 10 days you have that is very important for you, our Muslim brothers and sisters. But folks, I know we read a lot of story this morning, but this is what my attention is drawn to this morning. The violation in this country is too much. Liberians, we need to take our own. I'm telling you, there are certain businesses within this country that the foreigners are taking from Liberians, and those businesses are only restricted to only Liberians. If you go in other countries, it happened there. There are certain business the foreigners not supposed to, engage with or get involved with. But in our country, the businesses that are restricted for Liberians are the very business the foreigners are doing. So where are we as a country when we're supposed to be prioritizing the Liberianization policy? Where are we as a country? The laws are there on the books. There are certain business only for Liberians. But today in Liberia, it's different. Those businesses are being run by foreign nationals, which I think is a violation, and something must be done. Those of you who are Liberians, who are involved with business, you need to take the stand now. It is time that you stand up for your rights. Look, the businesses that Liberians are supposed to operate in this country, what the law says, all right? It says in Liberia, certain businesses and economic activities are legally reserved exclusively. I like to underline that word, reserved exclusively for Liberian citizens under the country's investment and business laws, mainly governed by the Liberia Business Registry and the Liberia Revenue Code and Investment Act. So we ourselves are the problems, because when you take your business, or when a foreigner come into the country, when a foreigner go register their business, it is the Liberia Business Registry that's supposed to tell them, no, this business is restricted for only Liberians. There are certain businesses that require Liberian participation. That we know. But the businesses that Liberians are supposed to be doing, when the people go to the business registry to tell them, say, no, we cannot give you business registry or do a business registration for you to do this business because it's only for Liberians. But they would not do it because of handout, because of what they want to get. They will violate the laws. Look, foreigners are generally prohibited from owning or operating the following type of businesses in Liberia. Y'all listen. 1, retail sale of rice and cement in small quantities. Ice making and sale of ice. Tire repair shops. Auto repair shops with fewer than a specified number of employees. Shoe repair shops. Barber shops and beauty salons. Video clubs and entertainment centers, small scale business. Gas stations with limited storage capacity. Travel agencies in certain categories. Distribution of locally bottled water. Small scale mining operations. Poultry and small livestock farming. Bakeries, small scale. Block making. Peddling and street vending, small printing businesses, local taxi operations, small advertising and sign painting businesses. Retail pharmacies, certain category require Liberian participation. You listen to that. small restaurant cook shops, small fishing enterprises, local transportation businesses with limited fleet size, clearing and forwarding business. Some categories require majority Liberian ownership. So you see, these are the businesses required for only Liberians to do. But check in our country today. Check all around our country. Other Liberians are in full control of these businesses. And this is putting Liberian businesses out of it's putting Liberian companies out of business. Because what they're supposed to be doing as Liberians, they no longer do them. They are foreigners doing it. Foreigners selling ice. Foreigners doing business what Liberians are supposed to do. Right now, Club Beer products are being sold by these foreign companies. And it's supposed to be only Liberian businesses that are supposed to be selling these things to retail them. Our country, this is what we have. So you're the locally manufactured people, you're running small businesses, Liberians. You need to rise up. We are not inciting you to go and do the wrong thing, but you got to do it the legal way. Make sure that those companies that are involved with doing businesses that are restricted to Liberians, make sure that they don't do it. That's your right. The laws are there. But if you sit there and fold your hands, every day will be crying, oh, our economy, like in the foreigners, in because of some of the things that we just mentioned. If we can't stand up as a country, we sit down there, all the people that kind of doing the small thing and what Liberians are supposed to be doing, how Liberians will grow. How Liberian businesses will grow when these people are taking the rights from us. But I've been joined by Gus. Let's go to Gus and take Gus for a few minutes. Then we go to the phone lines. Maybe Tunis will want to chip in. But Gus, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Tunis. Good morning, Liberia. Gus Kwama. Hey, great topic. But I think sometimes we take the wrong angle. I mean, the problem is really finance. You know what I'm saying? Look, until the government can think about Liberian people and give them access to finance, we ain't going nowhere. We're just wasting our time because you can pass all of the laws. Look, my brother Tunis here will tell you, me and Gus Korma, all of us that leave Liberia or any parts of the world and come to this country, what is the most important thing we get? Access to finance and opportunities. The man get in this country from Plebo don't even know how to speak English. He get a job, he can buy a car because there's a bank waiting to loan him money to do that. Can we do that in Liberia? No. So they lie to you with all of these laws and make you feel like, oh, you should go against the foreigner. By the way, I don't have a problem with foreigner doing any business in Liberia because here's the thing. If you give me access to capital, I am now a direct competitor to that person, right? So who business somebody going to buy? I'm in a community. I have money. I have access to be able to get my shop. You don't think people will come to my Mamusu shop instead of Jati shop? They will come to Mamusu shop and Mamusu has money to be able to have the same products that Jati has. But instead, we have been relegated to widow market since the country, the inception of the country, because only few people have had capitals, and it continued to happen. We've had different presidents. We had the last administration. We begged for that. We pushed for those things. Where is access to capital? Nobody wants to put money in the Liberian budget so market women and boys and girls can be able to go get loans. And then somebody's going to come and tell you all the other nonsense. Oh, people will not pay. You know how many people don't pay loan in America? But you know, it's still available for the people that will pay back because the bank still makes money. There are people that will not do things right all of the time. But the truth is, the majority of the people can move the country forward. But we as a country Our mentality is so poor. We only think about ourselves. Again, this is why everybody has 10, 12 foot fence. See, you worry about put fence around it. You know why? Because nobody else is doing as good as you around you. What good is that? That is not growing. That is not doing well. I'm not bragging. You see where I live. There's no fence. There are people with so much money. There is no fence. The only time somebody put fence around here, when they have a dog they want to keep in the fence because they don't want to take any liability of the dog, maybe pooping on somebody's lawn or maybe biting somebody or doing whatsoever. They put a fence up for those kind of things. But they don't put it up because they're afraid my brother Wendell will come and break in. There's all these intruders everywhere. Do we have thieves in America? Yes, we do. They still have those. But because it happened infrequently, it's not a priority. And that's the thing that we got to continue to think about. But Liberia is not going anywhere with all these laws when you don't put any teeth into the law. You don't put money there for people, forget it, just leave it alone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gus. That's very salient. Let's hear from our man Tunis, and then we can go to the lines and hear from our people. Tunis, let's hear from you a few minutes.
Thank you so much. What the topic here today about ownership, business, citizen owning business in Liberia. They've been deprived from owning businesses, and the businesses being given to other national, from different countries. You know, only Liberia we see that. In the great America we live here, nobody own business. Any kind of business. We have three kinds of people live in this country. We have citizen, which is the top. Okay, any kind of citizen, whether you're born here or by paper, citizen. Okay, and we have resident. And we have people who they gave permit to be here for a short period of time. But only the two kind of people can own businesses in this country. And one is restricted. A resident, which you can give it to you for 10 years renewal, or a citizen. Even if you are a resident, which is you can live here as long as you want and renew your residency. But you cannot own certain business except you become a citizen. You cannot work certain job except you become a citizen.
Tunis, I disagree. I've never nowhere in America where you cannot own a business because you are a resident.
What do you say?
I've never heard there is no law against a resident owning any kind of business in America.
No, I said certain kind of businesses and
that's
certain
what I'm saying. What kind of
wait.
Yeah.
Okay. There is certain kind of business in this country. Before you get involved in it, you have to be citizen. And certain job, before you get it, you gotta become a citizen. Is that true? Is that lie?
Certain jobs, if it's a government job with clearance, yes. If it's a clearance job, yes. That's because it borders around national security. If it's not national security,
not only government, even security, certain security.
But that's security. What I said. If it goes,
no, not government, private security, private, not government. No, even that will require you will go for your citizenship.
As long as the private security does not do, if they don't do work with the government, they can do anything they want. As long
if you are a resident, they will ask you to go get a paperwork that when you become 5 years resident, you go for your citizenship. They will require that.
Tunis, yes, okay? But again,
they require that. So what I'm trying to say here, that only Liberia, you can find people, as I'm hearing from what I'm hearing here, that people are getting businesses that they are not citizens. But many countries will protect their citizens
Yep.
in it to get these things, to get involved into
But the
these things.
best way to protect your citizens and to give them
Yeah.
opportunity to be in
Yeah.
this
Empower them.
Let's forget about let's forget
National
about even if you're giving them the empowerment or everything. Let's agree in some Liberia, the way I'm hearing it, that even some of them get the money. Certain businesses there, they don't get involved. They don't give it to. They don't register it for them. That's what I just hear here.
I can
Loaning
beg to
being
differ.
even in this country here, before you get a loan from the bank, even though it's open for everybody, but there is a criteria you got to go through. You have to have a good credit. They can't just take it because you come and apply for it and they give it to you.
Of
You
course.
have to have a credit score.
Right.
That credit score have to be up to 6 to 7 or a little bit over 7. Then you can be available, whether you are what or you're not what, but you have to be a resident or a citizen for you to get those things. Okay, they can't just see you. You come, and then they take their bank. The bank take the money and give it to you. They have to run your credit through. You see if you got a good credit.
Right.
If you do not get a good credit through,
I think this conversation we have to run into day 2 because of time. We also have Aliyu with us. So Tunis, you can bring Aliyu in, let him take a few minutes, and then we can take few calls. And then tomorrow we'll be back here because there are a lot of things we have to share with our people that is exclusively for Liberians that foreigners are taking advantage of. So let's go back to Tunis.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. Only Liberia, we find the government are not protecting the citizen. They just give the jobs to whosoever they feel like or whosoever have money to bribe them. But let me bring in Aliyu. We'll take this conversation probably tonight and we'll talk about it. Aliyu, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning, Bro Tunis. Good morning, Mr. Nimne. Good morning, Gus. Good morning, Mama Labra, Aliyu Mashari. Yes. So the issue here, like when it comes to this, the working business here, there are certain work you want to do here. When you are not citizen, you can do it. Like when I was not a citizen, I wanted to take part on the census here. Boom. They say nope. When I wanted to join the state trooper, at that time I was not a citizen. Nope. And I know about that. But for businesses, I have no idea. And again, Liberian businesses, like we are all saying here today, these are some of the things like God said, Tunis, you and I know. Like in America here, when you want to do business, they check, they run your credit and thing. There are so many banks here giving loan to people to do businesses, to empower them. These are things that can reduce the unemployment and poverty rate in the country. But in Liberia, can that happen? No. And even if Liberians are doing businesses, we don't prioritize or patronize our own Liberian businesses. Okay, like today you have so many furniture places in Liberia, capital shop and things. Can government go to buy this thing to for their offices? No, they will go to the foreigners who are businesses, they go buy their furniture set to design their offices and places. I think this thing is supposed to be like that. If you have Liberia furniture shop and thing, go there. Patronize them. This is how they will be empowered. This is how they will be encouraged to do more. And these are some of the reasons for we will see a Liberia man open business in 1 or 2 years and shut that whole place down. Because why? No encouragement. People will pass by here, own a business, they go to the foreigner own. And when we do this kind of thing, then we are not going nowhere. You see? And those foreigners, when they come again with their concession or their contract, their businesses, and see our legislature we have, they even say get out to look at all of these laws. They will go ahead and give their credence to do it. And they know that the business they are coming to do, only Liberians supposed to do it. They too, they part of some of these things, the comment ministry, our legislature, because all of these people, they pass through them to bring their businesses. But I think like God said, and we all know these are things the government should be doing to empower Liberians, micro loan and other small things so that people can be able to do businesses. Like God said, you know how many people in America here they owe? You were going to take that money, you're doing the business, you owe the government, this and that, but still those banks they will not lose. But people will be like, oh, the government will get them the money, they will run away, they will not pay. All the money they steal from Liberian people. Why I say when you get somebody 15, 20,000 dollars when they pay, then you come and say, oh, I can't give business loan because people can take it, they can't pay. But you people who are there stealing millions of dollars. But we need to encourage Liberian businesses. We need to empower Liberians so that at least they can reduce unemployment and poverty rate. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
one
Thank
before
you,
we
Ali.
go, let me just come in for a second. You know, when we're saying these things, we gotta be clarify it sometime. Of course, here people credit and they are not paying, but those people they got a bad record. And before they loan you here with any money, even if it's $1 from the bank, they have to check your credit record. If your
But they're
credit record
doing the same thing in Liberia. But
if
it's
it's
not
they need to do if they do it in Liberia,
That's
some people
the
come,
question.
they give their deals and they never come back. So these are things they are bank too. That people money they went.
About Tunis. To your point though, if they took your if they give you your D, right, and they never come back, what does the bank do with the D? They sell it. So they're still
Then you
making money.
forfeit your deed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You forfeit your
Exactly.
D
But
just
they've
like in
been doing
America.
they've been
So
doing
that's
this
not
with
an
the
excuse.
Liberian. They've been doing it most of the time. They loan these people, they may use this money. They don't
Yeah,
come
but
back.
still,
They
but
don't make, they don't invest this money to at least make good out of it.
yeah, but Tunis, that's
And the
fine.
bank can do it.
But Tunis,
But
the
anyway, we don't
bank,
have
But guys,
time.
let's
but the
let's
bank
let's,
has
let's learn from our
collateral.
people.
Yeah, the
Mm.
bank has the collateral. They use the collateral, so they did not lose money in that case. Your scenario
Okay.
tells us that the bank is not losing money in Liberia. They're just using it as an excuse, and that is an excuse.
But
Not
it's sad for our country when businesses that are exclusively restricted to Liberians are being, given out to foreign nationals. Because like you guys struck a very important point. The
but
financial empowerment
Wendell,
is
sorry,
also, yeah.
Wendell, sorry. Do you know,
Mhm.
Tunis? Do you know majority of the international businesses in Liberia take loans from the Liberian banks? They don't bring money in Liberia. So why do we always blame Liberians? These people go and ask
Mhm.
every single person today. All of the loans today in Liberia, they come from GT banks and whatnot, from those Lebanese that are coming in Liberia. So they come with this
Mhm.
perfect credit because they look white and were black. I mean, let's be honest. Give more Liberians the opportunity, and then let's give it a try and see. But we have not done that. We're giving one or two people credit, and those people don't work out. Then we say, oh, all Liberian people will not.
If you say about the Lebanese been with us for the longest, for ages, and they have a strong organization, just like how the Jewish organization is here in this country. So they help one another. If they go for loan, the collateral is the organization itself.
Exactly, but that's fine. But they still
But what is a Liberian organization that's standing behind one another?
because the Liberian people are not.
We have the Liberia. We have the Liberia. We have the Liberia Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
We have the Liberia Chamber of Commerce. We have the Liberia Business Registry. These are people that need to
They should be
protect
standing behind
Liberians.
Liberians. Thank you.
Yeah, but they will not put loan for individual. They're only there to protect the
Yeah, but you're
business.
making it too small, man. When Tunis, the argument. is not
Let's take some calls, guys. If we keep going back and forth, we wouldn't take calls. So let's take a few calls. Like I said, we have to elevate this discussion on our midweek presentation because it's very important. At least we can take 2 days and talk about it to see how best Liberian business can be prioritized. But let's take the comments first. Hezekiah Dodo says, well done. Watching live from District 17, Monserrato County, Christopolis community. Vinicius Jr. Bar says, I'm following from the borough of Newcretown. Henry Tito Jr. says, good morning, the pre-news crew of Freedom FM and Radio LIB, the USA. Our one and only weather report man, Uncle Tunis from Staten Island, New York City, and the Big Apple. He says, I'm watching you from my residence in Upper Caldwell. Thanks for the update. Bokari B. Sherry says, good morning to the Pre-News family. I'm closely following the show from New Town this morning. Thanks for the information. Mr. Wia is coming back. Stephen Yekede says, good morning. I'm following from Cotton Tree, District Number 2, Lower Magibi County. Jiva Kamara says, good morning. I'm following you from, I'm watching from Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Love Veta Bumble says, I'm watching you from Soul Clinic. Kadi K. Passover says, hi, Window, watching you from Tower Hill. Clarence Ogbechi Dwell says, good morning, Window. I'm watching this morning from Gumpa City, Nema County. Jordan Sekou V. Dollar says, I'm watching you from Bakedo Township, Kwadu Boning District, Lofa County. Terry F. Connor says, good job. Good morning, Mr. Nimnan, following you from Newport Street. Henry Yango says, following you closely from my end on this cold Tuesday evening. Thanks for the great service. Amos J. Sharif says, good morning, Freedom Family. Sharif, very, very new on this program, and also the pilot to President Weah. Jet watching from Broadville, District Number 17. Julia Wanwa says, I'm following Hector Tule, 6 excellent. Informed Liberia today. It says, according to the Freeman, Cohn says he can close his eyes and campaign and still win because nobody is closer to the people than him. And anybody contesting against him in 2029 will be defeated. Why? Confidence or political pride is a question mark. Last time we checked, District 11 belongs to the people, not to one politician. Democracy is not a private business. No seat belongs to everybody for anybody forever. Today, they say nobody can remove me. Tomorrow, the same people they know can shock them. All right. And Abraham A. N. Addison says, good morning, Freedom. I'm following from my comfortable residence. From Baye says, awesome. Congratulations. Watching live from Jenny, Liberia Town, Kroma Clan, Tiwa District, Grand Kima County. Kadi K. Passover says, Wendell, do they have the capacity to do them? Yes, I'm quite sure there are Liberian businesses that do have the capacity. Rebecca Sion says the government has to approve that. So Tune is right. And Kadi comes back again and says, thanks, Gus. Even our people are also the problem sometimes. I gave my cousin 10 bags of rice with 3 large gallons of oil to start a small business. She told me she had to pay school fees. Some people are just used to hand out. Rebecca Sion says to even work at the post office, you have to be a citizen. All right, Rebecca says in California. And she says, Kadi K. Paso says, I really need to call in on this one. Right, Kadi, you can call in shortly when we open up the lines. You can make your import. There's one from Sigon Ayeni. He says, good afternoon, guys. I'm following you from Japan Freeway. Tony Quinsa says, good afternoon. I'm following you from Caldwell Bridge. Josephine Satema Amisa says, good morning, my Freedom family. Emmanuel A. Payne says, let the government today, tomorrow, and forever to come. First of all, look into the Freeport charges on a born citizen of Liberia. Shipping things to Liberia. There are too many bribery taking place at the Freeport. As for the foreign investors, they don't care. They prefer bribing to ship their businesses in Liberia. Mamadou Blama says, good afternoon, Freedom. My name is Mamadou, and I'm watching you from Water Street, CDC, all the way 2029. And that's true. You know, we sold out the port to APM terminals. So why you see things are high at the port? It's because of APM terminals. We sold ourselves to them. That's what the former administration, the same Unity Party under the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did to this country. But we have 9 more minutes. We can squeeze in a few calls. Tomorrow we'll be back here on this issue. It's very important. Nothing else we'll talk about tomorrow about this Liberian taking over the economy, businesses that are to be operated by Liberians that are being operated by foreigners. Jeremiah Kula says he's watching from Greenville, Sino County, Mississippi Street. Let's take this person as our first caller. Hello. Good afternoon. No time. So please let's take 40 seconds. No time. Let's hear you.
All right. You see, brother winner.
Mm-hmm.
With the Liberian people, some of us we are now trust what you. When you get people money, they will start to eat to run away to go in the bush.
Mm.
You see, like in Ghana, you go in Ghana, you get money there. You'll be spectator. That Ghana will be they will be managing your money. You see that there. And that you see, like somebody when I came back from Ghana, I saw like Ghanaians in the street. You saw had me ballet. In Ghana, they're making business. Like bro, was so bad from one another. You know, more Ghanaian than our here that didn't want to go and promote our business. Who are there? So, like, the project can't see a play as long as I am, my brother.
Okay, Mama. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. Let's take a few more calls and we leave from here. Callers, let's talk to this person. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. Sabu Rasta, right? All right, take 40 seconds. No time.
No time. I just want to ask you, brother, when the days of the mother of Sabu Rasta is happening, I found some of the percent.
I hope I'll be in a position to answer your question. So go ahead and ask.
Yes. Because we know the last time I checked, when you voted on that thing, yes, it's the 2 year experience. You can't do that for the year experience. So we know what the experience is now. Because we don't can imagine things that we're voting. That we're them national right. You can't rescue. So we want to rescue now. We're going to ask you, what is the rescue? What is the rescue? Your man. Because then we put on the bed, and then it's qualified, you go back there, you sleep voting this, you go so you got to get another degree. Then we know you look at anybody who doesn't want to win that we're all business like we're marginalizing our own country. So what you rescuing us, brother, when you're
I'm telling you.
And when the one that comes to rescue, I want to know, when the people are listening, we don't know.
No, but the people get an answering machine, the Ministry of Information. They're the one who will answer that question for you. Me, I don't want to be the one. Maybe call out for Fana if she's listening. She can answer that question for you.
Yeah, okay. You know, other people to go out from Zimbabwe. There's people like that say, what are rescuing? Let us tell what is rescuing. We don't want to know because we know the people just want to come into what they money. How can they want to come in now? And I think we know no coming. So what because you talk about it, just for the two experience.
Thank you. Thank you, Sabu Rasta. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Let's talk to another person. Let me take 2 or 3 more calls and then we go home. So let me squeeze in this person. You second to the last 2 callers. Hello.
Hey, thank you. Winner?
Yeah, Man CC, let's hear you quickly.
This is Man CC. I'm calling for Cybertime.
40 seconds, Man CC, let's hear you. No time.
The reason I have to join in the diaspora, the master, or the people electronic. So, Winner, you're talking about giving businesses to Liberia. The one they put into do, the one they do rescue team. They say we are giving businesses to foreigners in this state. What can they do? They say you're going to control everything in this country. Rescue mission, rescue 1, rescue 2. But when you get rescue criminal and rescue local, that's what happened on the government. Some of them go take money for the thing. My good character is there. I take me. But if I'm not making business, I will drop out the public. I left public. If I know business, if I flip my money, I will drop. If you go to a bar, the city, if I know I can't make it, I will drop. But you know you can't eat, you can't go to put it outside, you swallow that food, the family can be here. So that government will eat up. We know, you go all you can now. When you go to method, eat people. They say we have been method for criminal and the people that eat people. Method, none of all method. They say we have method. They say we have people, hey, say our criminal
Thank you. Okay, Master.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim.
Go ahead. You have 40 seconds. Let's hear you.
Yeah, we look at my cost right or women telling me. Don't you come up, brother, who cost you right in one way. And we got all the construction feet there. Oh, I'm working really only man and I did nothing to get done. What was this still our brother who 50 points got to get 5 points up on the floor, leave them to that one 5 for money. And I let's keep me like get money and quarter company the points up for them. But if I get up, we want the country that's correct. And they ain't following Liberia. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's squeeze in our final call and then we go home. Let's take this person as our last caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Will.
Yeah, let's hear your name and you take 40 seconds.
Good afternoon, Tony. Good afternoon, my family. This is my now recording from the first speech.
Let's hear you, Mom.
We know what we just said.
Mm.
The people say they were coming to rescue us in all angles. But they can choosing the money business. The money business are in there. The people rather get foreigner job than Nigerians. You hear what I'm saying, Macha?
We're listening to you, Mas Helena.
They think what we eat in a country that's something we eat, we suffer in our own country. So what they want to see in the end, the people in the foreigner business, it's not like government go to them, so they say that they say, well, they pass. Because they want money every day.
Okay.
When they want more money, then they want her, and you were telling that girl to say, don't to do me any situation, I can't handle. You overnight for water business, that ball. The land are coming from a ball.
Okay, my Helena.
The money is looking for. When you say stealing and want money, in line somewhere, you're there from our places. One day you are on Facebook cursing people. I mean, you are on radio cursing people on a station. Me, I can listen to them.
Okay.
I can listen to them.
All right, Mama, you'll save the rest of the conversation tomorrow. We'll continue. This is very important. We try to reach out to the Liberia Chamber of Commerce. We'll also have somebody from the locally manufacturer group, and we'll also bring in somebody from the Liberia Business Registry. Why are these businesses that are exclusively for Liberian citizens being given to foreigners? We would like to know, and what's the way forward? How can we put Liberian businesses first? What can be the role of the government in making sure that Liberian businesses, empowered financially? So we'll make sure we have some of the folks here, if not tomorrow, but I'm quite sure we'll elevate this talking points tomorrow. All right, folks, just before I send controls to my guys in the USA, let me just remember a friend and brother. He's a big brother and friend. I'd like to remember him today. May 19 is his birthday, Mr. Steve Nyanti. All right, today is Steve Nyanti's birthday. He one time worked at the LIPTELCO, Liberia Telecommunications Authority Corporation, LTC at the time. I want to say happy birthday to you, Mr. Steve Nyanti. He's the husband of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sarah Beslow Nyanti. Happy birthday to you, big brother. All right, let me send controls to my guys. Let's take 30 seconds each and go home.
All right, I will see y'all later. Let's have the discussion, maybe tonight or so.
We close. We're not taking any calls. We close. Let's save the calls for tomorrow.
Ali, are you there? Ali?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yes, thanks to the callers, this issue, the marginalization of Liberian businesses. Betty is not just that of Joseph Wakai administration. The heading, the we are the Joseph Wakai, the three administration, they are all responsible for Liberian businesses being marginalized. And like when it comes to concession, this is one of my disappointment because EPN terminal today, BL Martin, all the BB concession was signed during Madam Sedi and Wakai administration. And my expectation was President Bouaka could be the one to change most of these concessions because he was signatory to them. Like Masisi talk about CTN and Metier. This is something that they said it was we are company and Bouaka is on the record at the moment he takes over. We were never going to hear about CTN and Metier. Why today? We still have CTN and Metier at the port. Thank you.
Thank you, Aliyu.
Okay, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for listening and participating. Again, we'll be here this evening by 11 p.m. If you have time, join us so we can dive into this conversation and see how best we can change Liberia. Thank you and good morning. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.
Thank you. So, folks, you can join us tomorrow. We will have this discussion back on the radio, because we're going to reach out to some of the folks responsible to regulate some of the regulatory bodies. We'll make sure we reach out to them and make sure that we talk Liberia. Kadi, we will have your call in tomorrow. So I want to say thank you ever so much. Thank you for your contribution. We'll be here tomorrow. Take care and have a wonderful Tuesday.
Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Kennedy.